Hey, this is Mark. I'm a chef living in Paris. Today I'm going to be making a tagine style quinoa. A tagine is a dish that's typically associated with the Mediterranean and North Africa. This is a variation on that I'm also going to be making with cauliflower. I also wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about meal prep today. And there's a lot of content out there that shows you how meal prep means eating the same thing all week. And for me, that is just not the way to eat good food. For me, variation is so important. I think it's the best way to eat well and also to eat healthy. There are ways you can make your life easier by organizing yourself a little bit. And for me, the first step to do that is to have a really well-stocked pantry. I stock my pantry with all kinds of ingredients, and a big part of that is preserving food. There are a ton of ways to do that. You can dehydrate things, you can confit things in oil, you can also pickle and ferment things. I also have lots of condiments and spices in my pantry, and today I'm gonna go over a little bit how I organize myself when it comes to spices. During the week, I really don't love to use recipes where I have to look really closely at every ingredient. Making my own spice blends is a great way to blast some flavor into what I'm making, and it also allows me to be a little bit improvisational. This blend is a mix of roasted coriander seeds, fennel seeds, and cumin seeds. I grind that up with a mortar and pestle. You can also use a coffee grinder. That'll give you a really nice powder. Once I've ground that up, I add paprika, oregano, and some chili flakes. If you want to see the exact proportions, I've got a recipe in the description below. We've got a lot of other ingredients here, so I'm going to get started on the prep now. I'll start off with the cauliflower. I was going for pieces that were this size here that kind of look like steaks. I wound up with a lot of chunks here though that are really crumbly. So I'm gonna go ahead and marinate these now. I'm just gonna add some oil, salt, spice blend, and a little bit of turmeric. So I'm gonna toss these crumbly chunks. And for these big slices, I'm going to get the other side. Start off by peeling these shallots. Red onion. Cilantro. If you can find dates that are already pitted, you're gonna make your life a little bit easier. I could not, so I'm gonna do that myself. Just sort of cut these in half and then take that pit out. Some of these dates are gonna get used for a garnish, so I'm gonna cut each half into about 4 pieces. I'm gonna slice these olives in half. I've got this water coming to a boil. I'm gonna add the quinoa. The ratio of water to quinoa is just like rice, it's 2 to 1. And while that's going, I'm gonna start cooking some of the other ingredients. I've got these onions sauteing here, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the cauliflower as well. Now I'm gonna add the ginger and the garlic. I'm adding some water. Also a little bit of tomato paste. I'm gonna add a little bit more water here, just enough to cover it. I'm gonna add some salt. The quinoa's all done, so I'm gonna take that off the stove and fluff it up a little bit. This needs about 5-10 more minutes, so I'm just gonna put a lid over that and let it sit for a little bit. Okay, this is all finished up now, so I'm gonna take it off the stove, and then I'm gonna put this pan on. All right, so this pan is nice and hot. I'm gonna go ahead and add these larger pieces of cauliflower now. While this is cooking, I'm gonna go and mix some of the other ingredients together. Start with the quinoa. Now I'm gonna add the chickpeas, the olives, and the dates, cilantro, lemon, and lime. Now I'm gonna mix this up. Just gonna flip these over. They're a little bit softer, so be very careful. The cauliflower is all done, so I'm gonna take that off the heat now. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the cauliflower steak here, very carefully. Now for the quinoa. I'm gonna garnish with some cilantro, almonds, a few dates, and some red onion. And there we go. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, you can like and subscribe. I hope you like this recipe and keep an eye out for more.